What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mr. Straight Facts Show. I am Mr. Straight Facts. Let's get in it today. I know yesterday we spoke about the young man. Well, I don't know how old the man is. After you hear what he has to say, this man is mighty old for somebody who looks very young. But one of the Somalis said he voted for Donald Trump, and he had a speech that he gave 2024 voting for Donald Trump, and he said the words that we used to be, and he's speaking to other Somalis. He said we used to be for Donald Trump, not Donald Trump, for the Democrats, and he said they were for the Democrats until the Democrats left him or something like that, and then they decided to go, and he's speaking for himself and I guess his people, to leave the Democrat Party and go to the Republican Party, where they, quote unquote, I guess, belong. And I'm like, okay, that was 2024 when he said that. Well, everybody knows by now, if you don't know, Donald Trump came out and called him absolute garbage. We don't want him in the country. And what did I say? I said it. I didn't know about it at the time. I said they are going to be targeted next. They are being targeted now. Boy, I'm telling you, Donald Trump is, you don't have to be a PhD to understand his stupidity. Let me say that again. You don't have to be a PhD to understand his stupidity. He tells you what he's going to do. You got too many people that just don't fucking listen. When Donald Trump was running for presidency, he was telling you he was about to do this racist bullshit. And these people and other people like them, where do I have it? Do I have it up? Let me see if I can get this up on this one video. I don't have it right there right now. Oh, maybe I do. Yeah. I'll put that in there. When you get people like this, it drives you nuts when you have to deal with people who literally say that, I didn't know he's going to do this. I'm like, how don't you know when somebody say they're going to do something when they fucking say it? You know what I'm saying? How much do you need to know? How much do you need to know? When somebody said they're going to do something, why do you sit here and act like he's not going to do it? Every time Donald Trump says he's going to do something, or he says that you're about to do something, it's really him doing it. He says you're going to do something bad, Donald Trump is doing that exact same thing. He just likes to throw it on you, so that when you say it back to him when he's doing it, oh, you just repeating me. You just trying to be like me. You just this, and his people don't believe it because he said it first and you said it second. So the person who said it second is the person just copying and all that shit like that. You're not original. You're just trying to say what Donald Trump is doing is what you're doing. He said you was going to do it first. He gets into the mind of these simple-minded people. So you can't really come back and say he's doing what he just blamed you of doing, because now you're just saying what he just said, and they won't believe it. He jumps in front of it. And these little childish games, they can decipher. People with a brain can. So this man said, and he said his people who also voted alongside him, that Donald Trump was a chaos president. That's the reason why he voted for him. He was a chaos president, meaning education was in the dumpster, and he's going to bring it back. Jobs were, very few and far between. They needed more jobs, living wage jobs, and that Donald Trump was the one talking about giving it to him. The man said, a lot more about what Donald Trump was supposed to stand for. He was going to buck the system, so to speak. He's going to be that chaos agent. See, again, what did I just give you? A bunch of fucking adjectives. That's what I gave you. The Republican Party only gives you adjectives, nouns, and bullshit. They never give you policy. These people fall for their feelings every fucking time. The wimpiest people I ever met in my fucking life. They talk about people as sheep. Sheep are too strong for these people. I don't know what to call them. Butterflies. I don't know what to call them. Sheep is too. Sheep can run and hit you. These people are not just. They're not sheep. I mean, they're beyond weaker than sheep, because you literally just feed their feelings, and they're good. Not give them a policy for their feelings. Just say, I'm going to fix it. Only I can. See, he's going to do it. Like, with what, though? With what? And then they talk about Democrats left them because they weren't paying attention to you. Excuse me, sir, Mr. Somali man, because they don't give you a name. What do you think that the Democrats have given you so thus far? You got health care in this country? You with the ACA? Democrats. You got Medicare, Medicaid? Democrats. Any of your people on any kind of welfare, unemployment, something like that, Democrats. Any of you in a union or anything of that nature? Democrats. I mean, you work in a 40-hour week? Unions? Democrats. I'm trying to figure out, what the fuck has Republicans done for you that you're so clinging on to the Republican Party? Give me a bill or something they pass. Give me some ideology that they done fed you that makes it feel like they give a fuck about your black ass. Tell me where that's at. You guys want the Democrats to hold your hand and do everything, but on the other side, you don't get shit. They turn around and look at you and say, hey, figure it the fuck out. And you're like, I'm on that team because they tell me to think. No, they tell you to fuck off is what they tell you. And then you keep on trying to be in that crowd. I realized something today. When you step back and try to be like a fly or the bird's eye view and see stuff, it's just not black people, Latin people, white people. It's a type of person. Some people call it simpish, weak, lack of self-esteem, constantly wanting some kind of affection or to be accepted, or all that shit. All that, when they want something, they'll do anything for it. They have no moral standard. There's nothing they won't say no to if you give them an opportunity. I have no doubt in my mind. These people, if Donald Trump said, just slob my knob, I'll give you $1 billion, they will suck him off and think nothing about it. I'm still straight. No, you're not, but you still would do it. Why? Because you have no moral fucking fiber in your body. You can't tell me you wouldn't. How are you going against every principle that the Republicans have lived and died for fucking hundreds of years? You went against every last one of those principles to be on Donald Trump's dick. You don't stand for shit. You can't tell me what a Republican stands for. They tell me they stand for fiscal conservatism. Really? You're spending more money than you're making. By far. The guy is the highest debt building president in the fucking country ever. Almost $8 billion. One term. And you still riding him. That right there tells me you're not fiscally conservative whatsoever. Family, cheated on his wife, raped the first one, buried her at his golf course, raped the 13-year-old that says she did it. I believe him, but it went to court and didn't go all the way to court. They filed it. 14-year-old girl said it happened to her by Donald Trump as well. Tiffany was in the room. All these things. Now, before you voted for him, you may not have known these things, but you did know he said grab him by the you know what. And you still voted for somebody that you thought was a chaos agent. You wanted to throw chaos into a system instead of throwing some kind of order and structure into it. You wanted him to go in and fuck everything up and hopefully it was going to fix itself. The logic is in logicking. But we're going to listen to this Somali talk about immigrant, talk about what he feels like now. CNN, and I don't remember the lady's name. You may know if you sit next, if you see her picture. I've never really seen her, to be honest. So I don't know if it was just a reporter, a local reporter in Minnesota. But it looked like there's some kind of fashion district, possibly. And the Somali that was talking all this shit about chaos agent, and we wanted, you know, we could barely afford food, we could barely afford this, we could going on and on and on, and all of which he talked about that he wanted with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has fucked up majorly. And not only did this Somali not get what the fuck he was asking for when he was running, he was going around and getting people to vote for him. Not only did he get none of the shit he asked for, he got called garbage. And this is what, when you listen to what he got to say, this is why I say, if Donald Trump said, I'll give you $1 million, if you just got down, sucked him off right in front of your wife and your kids, this man and people like this man will get down and do it in front of his family just because he wants to be a part of this white bullshit, this white supremacy bullshit that he thinks is going to make him better. He has no problem doing it. That's what I think he would do, because look what he's doing now. The man called you garbage. Instead of you getting up and standing like a man and standing up for your people, you slobbing the knob. Let's listen to this fool. Oh, yeah, and I call him Super Coon too, but it's all.
What would you say to the president if he were standing here right now?
Mr. President, we campaign for you. We have hope in you. We see hope in you. Please differentiate between good, bad, and evil.
That's a Somali immigrant who voted for President Trump in 2024, but now Trump is demonizing Somalis in America, specifically here in Minnesota.
This man said, we see hope in you. Please differentiate from good, bad, or whatever. So he wants him to talk shit about Somalis, but please designate that, because I got a business and I'm running shit and I'm making money and I'm helping people. Tell me I'm better than the rest of the Somalis, please. Please come out and tell me that, you know, those broke Somalis are not like me. I'm more like you. I just have darker skin. I'm like you white people. Accept me. Differentiate between not my race, but my status.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
I got 5 children. My children are no garbage. I campaigned for the president in 2024. I actually went out and we reached 50 million people endorsing Trump 7 days before the election.
What drew you to the president?
Listen.
Because we believed he was an agent of chaos. We couldn't afford anything back then.
Right. This is right now, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, she's asking this. This was the fifth today. She asked this question. This dipshit said all these things, and he had nothing to say about none of them are coming to fruition. Shit costs more now. Him being a businessman. Anything he brings over from Somalia or wherever he buys this shit, Africa, New York, not New York, but China, Brazil, whatever he sells, it's more expensive. And he ain't got no smoke. He just wants this man to differentiate between him, who's a businessman, and the rest of Somalis. Boy, these people you don't want on your team. You just don't. This man is black in person, but inside his body, he is a white racist. He is talking shit about his own people. Please differentiate between me. I slob the knob and try and be white, even though I'm dark as night.
There was a fentanyl crisis. There was an issue of affordability. The living standards went down. Crime issues. These are 5 very important things to us. And we believe that Trump would be the solution to it. I've been a Republican for over 25 years. I'm not going to stop being a Republican. But what I do know is for a fact is we're getting killed out here because people are saying, we told you so.
I covered up his head. My bad. He needed it. Who cares? But the Super Coon, he gonna say, if you're gonna go back and deal with what he just said at the very end.
Stop being a Republican. But what I do know is for a fact is we're getting killed out here because
We're getting killed out here because of what he said. And what he mean by getting killed out here, people are reaming the shit out of him for one. And the regular black people and his customers ain't buying shit from this fool. You're a part of the problem, not the solution. How can you sit here and say all the things you expected Donald Trump to do, and he has done none of them, and you still didn't show no smoke? Now, a person who had his own testicles and wouldn't slob the knob would have said, if he voted for Donald Trump for all these particular reasons, and somehow was disconnected from reality, but now should have snapped into reality after being called garbage. And not only just him, his entire fucking family was called garbage, and he didn't stand up for his family. He stood up for being a Republican. And then said, we're getting killed out here because people are going off on us because we voted for Donald Trump. Dude, you literally just said this man was supposed to do all these things, fitting all the drugs and all these other things, and you know, you can't afford things. All that has gotten worse. If I, by some weird situation, had brain damage and fucked around and voted for Donald Trump, and these are the things that I said that I wanted, the moment this man called my entire group of people, let's say somebody called black people, all garbage, and I voted for you, oh, when you interview me, I got smoke. I ain't gonna be sitting here still. What? This man said, what about my boy? Excuse me. Your son looks like he's the arted word. Starts with re. Your wife can't speak fucking English worth a damn. She been here long enough. She should have learned something. Be best. Bitch, ain't even fucking a damn a sentence. Right? Your son, always coked up, glassy eyed. How you 40, 50 some years old? Your eyes look like you're 112. Right? They look like Beavis and Butthead. Y'all all don't had all kind of operations because y'all ugly as fuck. I would have went off. There's no way you calling me garbage. And I'm going to get on television and look like a simp. Mr. President, could you please differentiate from me and the rest of these niggas? The fuck is your problem? Dude, the fuck is up with these people? Who built them? They're just built different. I gotta understand. Look, white people who don't know and black people who are confused, we built different. This shit ain't us. Don't ever look at these type of people and think they just like regular black people. These are some simpletons. These right here are just like mimic. I don't even think if you tore him down that he's black inside. Something else is inside. If anything had an alien to it, if there was anything anything real about these maggots talking about lizard people, this is a lizard nigga. This ain't no regular motherfucker. It ain't. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Something's wrong with them. These people get on my fucking nerves. Not because they're just in their own party and shit like that. It's their ideology. I'm like, dude, how do you think? I don't care if you could be a Republican. Like, I ain't got a problem with the what's his name? Steele. Even though I was kind of pissed off that he came up with the term Obamacare so he can try and fuck up with Obama, the health care, which to me was, but the Steele guy off of MS Now, I ain't got a problem with him being a Republican. When I hear him, I see that he has pride in being a black man. He just thinks about money more than he thinks about people. But he's starting to sound like he give a fuck about people. That's why he sounds less Republican than these MAGAs. This dude is literally thinking about money and power. His blackness, his Somali don't mean shit. Because there's no way you're going to call my entire culture trash. That I am not going to come back at you and say, oh yeah, I voted for you, but nah, that's a wrap. So you try, this is what kills me also. These are the same people. He had a speech before talking about the Democrats left him. Tell me the last time a Democrat just basically called you trash and garbage. When did a Democrat do that? You left the Democrat Party because they didn't do enough for you. You're in a Republican Party saying that you'll never leave the Republican Party after they don't call your black ass garbage. What plantation are you on now? The one where they disrespect you and you still show respect. Sound like some fucking Steven shit to me. Some Steven from Django shit. Same thing as Stephen A. That's some ridiculous shit there. Ain't no party, ain't no person gonna disrespect me like that as far as I'm voting for. You think I'm gonna vote for you and not call you out? Hell no. Anybody call me out like that, I'll give you that smoke. But as you can see, the N-word don't bother me. The person who said it yesterday didn't bother me one bit. Why? I'll give you a quick little story why. There was one time, and some people who've been around me know long enough. Michael still, thank you, DJ. I'll give you a quick story about who I am and how I became who I am in the sense of the N-word don't bother me, right? I laugh at that shit. Why? Because it's mostly ignorant motherfuckers that wish they were me, okay? There ain't no culture in this fucking country. Nobody tries to mimic more than black people. White people want to have a tan. Everybody trying to sing like our people. R&B, rap, and all that shit, country we created. Everybody wants to be like us. Why the fuck do I look like calling you out of your name and shit like that? People who call people's names are jealous of those people. You ever remember when you was a kid and you liked that girl, but you didn't know how to actually go up to her, so you go, girl, your knees are kind of knobby. Knowing you wanted to be with her. That's what that shit's all about. They want to be like you, but can't be like you. They subpar, so they try to be a little bit better by pushing you down. You can't push me down enough for you to ever be above me. You can push me down, I'm still above you. Because why? It don't bother me like that. It took me years to get there. Because if you step out your way to try to make somebody else feel down, that means you feel down and you need to push yourself back up. That's your mental problem, not mine. I laugh at that shit. Like when that person did it, I laugh. I'm like, let him speak. Because all they're going to do, or she, is going to make themselves feel better because they feel like trash. They're scared all the time. They're worried about people replacing them. And nobody gives a flying fuck. When's the last time somebody went to a doctor's office and said, give me white people's lips? Give me a white person's ass. Give me fast and strength like white people. When's that shit ever happened? It's never fucking happened in history. When have they ever gone to a doctor and dissected a white person to see why the fuck they strong as they are? Never fucking happened in history. Ain't no culture ever went to go look for white people and say, how can I be like them? Never in the fucking time in history. You know how many times they done to black people? All the fucking time in history. Go look up John Brown. A black man they thought he didn't have no fucking sense of pain, that they operated on him with no anesthetic. Cut him up left and right, cutting pieces off his body. He survived. It scared the flying fuck out of these white people. Why the hell is black man still alive? So how the hell does that look weak to you? That's strength. And that scared the flying shit out of them. But they had to make everybody look at black people and say, oh, look at them. No, they were freakish to them because they can sit out in the sun even, get burned and wake up the next day, no problem, back out there. White people turn a fucking lobster. Hurting all week, putting salve and shit all over their body, we back out there. That's not weak, that's strength. For black people to do that, that's strength. It's fear more than it is anything else. So when you try to come at me, I know my history. I know where we came from. Your words don't fuck with me because I know better. You're the one that's ignorant to what you are. Racist white people, you're the one that's ignorant and fearful. We're not fearful of you, and that scares you. And we're the metric in which everybody else is like, why these black people don't get scared of them and they're killing them and shit like that? Because we already believe in a higher power, no matter what you do to us. That fears them. Keep it real. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. That's why I do what I do. I don't allow these fools to fuck with me. And it ain't just black people doing it, white people doing it to me. The reason, the minute I realized I had a superpower, the minute I realized, when I was younger, that word used to bother me. But then I had to deal with the psyche. Why would they just out of the blue come and try and fuck up your day? Then I started thinking, anybody that tries to put somebody else down, they're trying to lift themselves up. So that person must have felt down. And if they say something to me and I have a rise, then they feel better. But if I don't have a rise, they keep on saying it. As you saw that one person did. I had no rise out of it. So they kept saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it because it didn't make me rise. If it made me rise, then they would have felt good about making me feel bad. But when I realized they don't have the power, I do. So you can keep saying it, and all I'm going to say is, you wish you were me, but you're not. You wish you had my strength, but you don't have it. You can't borrow it. You can't loan it. You can't come and try to put it on layaway. I'm built different. I don't deal with that bullshit you try to put at me. Because I know who I am. And that's the fear for these racist people. They don't know who they are. See, they know themselves based off this white supremacy bullshit, this myth. And that makes them feel important just because they starting here when everybody else got to start down here somewhere. But that's in society. But in your mind, you can always be above them. Don't let them fuck with you. And that's when they be like, wait a minute. I'm trying, and this person ain't affecting. I'm like, cuz you ain't nobody to affect me. And the moment I learned this, I used to have a film studio, a small film studio in LA. One of my dream things to have. And I got it, you know, God made it so, right? And I was to go to the studio. It was in Lincoln Heights, if anybody been in California. It was in Lincoln Heights, the biggest building in Lincoln Heights. 4 stories. I had the roof and everything. So I shot on the roof. I had the film studio, had people come by, all that stuff. We shot a bunch of shows y'all probably wouldn't know. I was excited about having this, you know. And I'm at work early in the morning, chilling, and I walk across the street. There was a CVS. Walk across the street to it. I'm grabbing me a little something, and this is probably about a little bit later, probably about the afternoon, somewhere around there. I would say by 11, before it was noon. It was probably 11 o'clock, something like that. I go over there and grab a little something to snack on and shit, go back to my office. I'm looking at my building. I'm like excited. Just one of those moments. And saying God is good. This Latin woman appeared to be kind of drunk, may have been homeless, walking down the street. And I didn't say nothing to her. I'm behind her. I'm just looking at my building, walking by. I turn around and she's looking at me. And I didn't say anything to her. She called me every N-word in the name. Dirty N-word, ugly N-word, black ass N-word, this word, N-word, N-word, N-word. And the old me would have lit into her because she was all kinds of different adjectives I could have went at easily. Because I told you I do that 8 Mile shit. I totally can diss somebody real quick. This woman probably would have cried. But I didn't go there. My response to her was, God loves you too. Because I know she's in pain. Look at you. You drunk in the middle of the street in a dirty ass dress. In like at 11 o'clock in the morning. You already fucked up. You probably fucked up from the night before. Your life is living hell right now. And you're trying your best to find some kind of joy. And that joy was trying to put this black boy down. And it didn't work for you. He yelled, God loves you too. She didn't know what to do with that. She just grumbled, walked away. She didn't know what to do with it. Why? Because the power is not with her, it was me. She was trying to get power by using that. When I didn't give it to her, it disappointed her. She went about her boring, disappointed, downed life. That's when I took the power back. That's why I don't let anybody steal my joy on some stupid shit like that. Just to give you an understanding. If you're going to come at me, it's not going to work. And if it does, watch out, boy. I'm going to light into your ass. You're going to be like, man, stop. Nah, you started it. I'm going to finish it. That's how easy this could be. Don't let the idiots and the racists and shit get to you because that's what they want. That's how they get power. Let them go about their sorry ass life. Leave them into their, you can say whatever you want, do what your own thing. But me, I leave them with their sorry ass life because I'm like, you happy that this black boy's got joy. And you over here pissed because you think you should have something you don't have. Pull yourself up by your intellectual bootstraps and you might get somewhere. Otherwise, stay broke mentally. Can't handle that. But getting back, that was off track, but still same thing. This man, the Somali, fucked up his life. He probably got some stuff going on, but he's known now throughout the world, throughout the land. People in Somalia are like, this dude left just to be called garbage? Whole thing is fucked up. People probably calling him from all over the world that he's friends with. Man, he really called y'all garbage and you voted for him? Dude, you got bad judgment. I ain't buying shit from you. Your products must be trash. You know, I'm serious. How can you fuck up that bad? How? Donald Trump did not sneak up on these people and say this shit. As you saw me throughout the entire years, 3 years this damn was running for president, was president before, I kept telling you, these are the words this man is saying. These are the things he's trying to do. I don't know why you're not seeing it, because he's speaking English. This man knows nothing else but broken English, Donald Trump. And I don't see how they deciphered talking negative shit. And somehow this guy is talking about having a better life. He never offered you a better life, bro. Give me a speech where he told you exactly the plan on how he was going to do something. He gave you a bunch of adjectives. Gonna make your life better. Put me in and I'll fix it in a day. And you thought he could. This man couldn't fix a casino in a few years. He couldn't fix 6 casinos. But he's going to fix something that's extraordinarily harder than run a casino. Do you understand? Buying a casino, they rarely fail, bro. If you just let it run the way it runs and don't spend too much money for it, you can pretty much make money hand over fist. But this man bankrupted not 1, not 2, didn't learn on the 3rd one, on the 4th one, on the 5th one, on the 6th one, to the point where nobody's like, I ain't getting this fool no more casino. We ain't gonna give him no more money. He keeps fucking it up. And that's the guy you thought, man, if we give him an opportunity to run the damn country, he's gonna do better than the casinos. I guarantee it. While he runs us in the fucking ground with tariffs. Jesus Christ. These people, yo, these people. I don't know what it's all about. I don't know how this shit comes about. But it is. It's happening. So this guy came out and literally just made himself to be a fool. And his entire family at that. He just brought his family into it. He said, my family, I got 5 kids. He called them all trash, bro. And for you not to stand up for your kids, that's what he calls standing up. I've got 5 kids. They're not trash. Got a long way to go. And the thing that kills me, this man said he's been if you listen to him speak, the first time he spoke, and I didn't show you this, the first time he spoke, he said, as a Democrat, and the Democrats failed us, and then he became a Republican, and they're going to vote for Donald Trump. Now, at this particular juncture in this video, that was 2024, when he was on the stump for him, talking about used to be a Democrat and off the plantation, all that shit like that. Now, he's been a Democrat for 25 years. How old is this dude? He's been a Republican for 25 years. He's been a Republican for 25 years, he says here. He said he was a Democrat before. I don't know how old this cat is. But something about it, maybe he's lying. I don't know. But maybe telling the truth. Maybe he's like 75 years old and look like he's 45, 55. I don't know. I'm just tripping off of what this man is saying, to be honest. So the next thing is all this shit's going down, and we're going to talk about Pete Hegseth, okay? And what's going on with the things that are happening overseas in Venezuela. You know the group, which is the what's it called? The Heart Foundation or whatever the foundation that they have that does the Project 2025. Right? Not Heart Foundation, it's something else. The Foundation for 2025. That foundation, a guy that works there, and I'm pretty sure he's one of the dudes that was talking mad, like insane when he was running for presidency. Donald Trump was. He came out and basically said in a tweet that every time people go at Pete Hegseth, he just wishes they would bomb basically and kill more people in those boats. And I'm like, who? The Heritage Foundation. Thank you, Technologic. Heritage Foundation. Who on earth would say some shit like that? I mean, what type of human being literally thinks about, when you talk about my guy, I just want somebody else to be killed? For what? I mean, this person said every new attack aimed at Pete Hegseth makes me want another narco drug boat blown up and sent to the bottom of the ocean. Who was that? Andrew, I can't remember his last name. Is it Colvett? Kolveit or something like that. What? Every time they attack Pete for breaking the fucking law, I want more people to be killed. Do you understand what type of people we've allowed to be the president and people who are running the presidency? Because the Heritage Foundation are really running this presidency with Project 2025. And they're the ones behind the machine fucking all this stuff up. And they're out here saying, because people are going at Pete Hegseth for fucking up. And you know why they're going after it? They're mad about it, right? Because Pete Hegseth is only following the Heritage Foundation's plan. It is 100% their plan. Now, I showed you that video. If you've been with me for a minute, I showed you the video of the undercover news organization that went undercover, pretending to be billionaires, and talked to all of the key players in Project 2025, Mika Metacroft, and all the others, right? And in those conversations, they talked about they were going to be the ones who staffed Donald Trump's presidency, and he hired the guy to do exactly what they were saying in his documentation. In this video, Donald Trump hired all those people. So how do you think Donald Trump employed everybody there? Why do you think Donald Trump can't fire anybody? Everybody saying like he can fire this, he can't fire them. Donald Trump cannot fire his employees. Why? Because they're all on this plan. And if this plan gets altered by another person coming in, that person has to agree to the strategy in which they've been putting together. These people have not been hired by Donald Trump. These people have been hired by the Heritage Foundation. Go and look at that video. I'll play it. I don't know if I'm going to play it today, but I'll play it maybe Monday. That video, if you go back and listen to it, you'll start to see what has been implemented. The staffing, Carolyn Levitt, she was in it. That was her job to be that she got. Everybody that they were setting up to be employed through that system, through Project 2025, have a job in their positions. All the way up to the billionaires like Doge, same thing. All a part of Project 2025. So in order for Project 2025 to keep going the way it's going, they found some hitches and shit like that through lawyers and judges and so forth, but it's still going strong, is to keep the people in place. So Pete Hegseth's going to stay there because Project 2025 has him in their pocket. They said that when they hired all these people, this was in the interview with Mika Metacroft, when they hired all these people, he said that they were going to make everything, like, as much as possible, not foiable. You realize recently they talked about Pete Hegseth, that the orders in which he was giving people was over this signal and it disappeared. And the only way they knew exactly what went down, and when they had this investigation, they had to go to the reporter because he never deleted his. Pete Hegseth deleted his. That is highly illegal. Any government thing that's done has to be documented. It has to be foiable. It is against the law. Remember when we ain't got to go far as this, but we'll go back far first. When Bill Clinton recorded some little tapes, mini tapes, just talking while he was president, making notes and shit. That was his personal talking information while he was president, and he took it with him. And Republicans went apeshit. They even brought it up when Donald Trump had all these fucking documents at his home But they were talking about he had the president, act that he can take what he wants. He could not. No government documents can he take. What Clinton took with his own personal recordings, not official documents. And they tried to conflate the two. You can take your own personal documents, but if they have certain classified or whatever conversations in them, they have to go get cleared by the government before you can take them. And Clinton took them first and then had to give it to them back and look through it, and they ended up giving it back to him. So you're telling me that Pete Hegseth deleted official documents because he put them on this thing and didn't have them on the government system. That tells you what? It tells you Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation, they are following their plan to a T. This is breaking the absolute laws of American government. None of this shit should be deleted. And they're in our government going off a signal, like I said they was going to do, because I pay attention to what they said in Project 2025. I didn't glim over that shit. I didn't skim over it. I listened and I realized, wait a minute. This shit is congruent with what they said before. They were going to make it so that it's not foilable. The information in which Pete Hegseth put out was not foilable because it was deleted off of his phone and it was nowhere else. So we got a rogue government that has an actual deep state. We didn't have that before. You can pull up all the shit with Biden. You can FOIA it. You can't FOIA everything with Trump because they have it on a secret system. Lord knows what they're doing behind the scenes. With all the crap they're doing illegal in front of your face, Lord knows what's behind it. And why is it taking our constituents, I'm really constituents, the senators and the representatives, why is it taking them so long to figure this shit the fuck out? They're still talking about, well, Pete Hegseth was on Signal that one time. Pete Hegseth is on Signal all the fucking time. He wouldn't even give up his phone, for this investigation. How can you say you're not going to give up your phone for an investigation? That's shady as hell. Reason why he won't give it up? Too much shit on there that's secret that he has saved that he hasn't deleted. What do you got to hide? And why can't you just subpoena his phone and take it? Why did you have an investigation and allow his phone not to be taken? That's crazy. Remember how they did the other ones? They came up, rolled up on them in the middle of nowhere and said, hey, we need your phone. And don't act a fool because the guys right here will definitely either arrest you, take you down, whatever. Just hand it over. So you went to Pete Hegseth and said, hand over the phone. He said no, and you walked away under an investigation. Crazy. Crazy talk. Non-stop. I don't believe it. I don't believe they're trying to get to the actual facts if they're able to do that. How can you come out with an investigation that you don't get all the information? How can you come up with a conclusion when you don't have all the information? You had to go to the reporter who has a fraction of it. Because remember, if you listen to the reporter said as soon as he saw these documents, he got off. So he had a fraction of it. And with that fraction, they got to see that Pete Hegseth gave away classified information. But they didn't see the entire thing to do their investigation. So this man, as soon as he gets the information from Pete Hegseth, not Pete Hegseth, he gives the information on Twitter, Pete Hegseth responds, your wish is my command, it's our command. Andrew just sunk another narco boat, killed 4 people. These people are talking about death like they're playing a video game. They're killing people that they don't know if there's drugs on anything. They haven't justified any of this stuff to be drugs. None of it. We're not at war with Venezuela. And those international waters, we're not allowed to just kill anybody we want to over there. So America don't just went rogue, and the rest of us, as far as our leadership, is saying it's wrong, but you don't have no levers to pull him back on this shit? None. So I got a question. Do you know that we produce in America certain drugs as well? And what if we sent drugs over to Mexico or to whatever? Because we have drugs here too. Don't act like this. We're just the consumers of drugs. We actually make them in this country too. So you think that if you go off on a boat fishing in the middle of the ocean, that Venezuela can just send bombs over here and say, you're going toward Venezuela, boom, start killing us? You think that shit's gonna fly? Fuck no, it wouldn't. But somehow we do it. And it's flying with some of you Americans. It kills me that you guys have to actually go through hell to understand shit. It has to happen to you for you to fucking get it. You can't fathom that, hey, this is wrong, until it happens to you. It's crazy. Crazy talk. Pete Hegseth is playing games with people's lives. And again, this is the Heritage Foundation. He is talking to this man with all the kindness and shit, like, your wish is my command type of thing. I told you the Heritage Foundation is running our government. Project 2025 is their policy, and they're the ones who hired all the people. This entire strategy. You think Donald Trump can strategize? This man can't even spell worth a damn. And you think he had a strategy? No, he's following the strategy and he's taking its name. He knew Project 2025 was going to be his plan. He lied to his people. I don't know nothing about Project 2025. And had his people angry at Project 2025. Project 2025 ain't got nothing to do with us. Nobody wants that shit. It's crazy. Even he said Project 2025, some radical stuff. It's just, he denounced it and said it's radical. They have some things in there just extreme. We wouldn't want nothing like that. That's not us. Lied to them wholeheartedly. Looked in their face and said, I ain't got nothing to do with Project 2025. And then went and hired all Project 2025 people. Russ Vought, same dude. The one who was in the video who said that Donald Trump was going to pretend like he didn't know who we were. I'm cool with that. And the only thing he said was, I'm so radical, I don't think he'll hire me to run everything, but it'll be my plan. And Donald Trump ended up hiring him. Even Russ Vought was like, I wouldn't even touch me because, it ain't going to be politically good for him. And he got the job. Just insane. This man literally put on Twitter. I'm like, why is this shit on Twitter? Why don't you stay within the government system? Why are you interacting with social media? It was enough to see Donald Trump tweeting this shit a lot, his first presidency. But to have the actual, FBI, CIA, and all these people tweeting this shit, what is up with that? Do your job. When do you have time to be a content creator? That's why this country is in the hellhole it's in. These people are trying to be content creators while saying they're doing their job. And getting to that, talking about doing their job, they got the bomber. They got the bomber. Now, they say that he confessed. This is what they're saying today, that he confessed and that he was a huge Trumper. Thank you, John. That he's a huge Trumper. These are the things supposedly he was saying, that he's like, the anarchy and all this shit like that, whatever. He wants to be able to, get rid of deep state and all this shit that they fed this black man. Right? They fed this guy He believed in it hook, line, and sinker, and his dedication to this was to get rid of not only Democrats, Republicans too, who were standing in the way of Donald Trump. So he planted these bombs around everywhere. They were going to blow up Republicans who were against Trump and Democrats who were against Trump. Insane. And then what? We finally have a what? A Dan Bongino sighting. Say what? He came out? I ain't seen him since he went off and ended up couldn't do his job, and some guy had to step in, and he sat on the sidelines. And all of a sudden, oh man, where's the dude that's running the department? Somehow, you coming out and speaking when you aren't doing that job the other guy is, you took a break of some sort, right? Never mind the fact he came out and spoke. Now, here's the thing about Dan Bongino. He was on Sean Hannity, and I got a little clip from it, and they were talking about how when he was a podcaster, how he was talking about it was an inside job, and that, you know, it was either that or it was Democrats or whatever the hell it was. He was going off on it was anybody other than a Trumper. Anybody other than a Trumper. The fact being, I always knew it was a Trumper. I don't know how the hell you not think that, but again, that's MAGA. Why would I think it's a Trumper? January 6th is when it happened. Who all did this shit? January 6ers are all Republicans. All MAGA. They tried to say Antifa and everything else because they was trying to scapegoat, but all the people there going to jail were MAGA. Not one Antifa, not one liberal, not anybody they was trying to place it on, all MAGA. And what happened? Donald Trump knew they were all MAGA. You think Donald Trump would have pardoned all of these Democrats, all of Antifa? And if he did, why aren't you pissed that he let Antifa go? These people, man, they're just liars. They know that it was MAGA. But on purpose, they're lying to everybody just so they can get away with it. There's no way you can think that these people are Antifa and Donald Trump let them go and you're not mad. You know that they were MAGA. And when he let them go, you was excited that he let go of your people. But all the while, when he was running, they were being charged. No, there's Antifa and there was FBI people in there and they planted these people and all this bullshit. And when they let them go, they were totally fine with criminals back on the street. And many of them continued to do crime after they were let go. Put criminals back on the street, but then you want military and shit all over Washington, D.C. and other states and shit like that to stop crime. You just put 1,000 or something criminals on the fucking street, and then you want to talk about getting rid of crime. Boy, it makes no sense. But this was Dan Bongino on Sean Hannity. I can't stand his voice, but hey, I deal with the facts, so we got to put them out there.
There's a massive cover-up because the person that planted those pipe bombs, they don't want you to know who it is because it's either a connected anti-Trump insider or an inside job. You said that, long before you even thought of as deputy FBI director.
And I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinions. That's clear. And one day I'll be back in that space. But that's
okay. He was paid to be in that space. He's not in it anymore. So he gave his opinion.
not what I'm paid for now. I'm paid to be your deputy director, and we base investigations on facts.
Wow. Just said it. Just said it. What we do here? Straight facts, no chaser. I ain't here to just give my opinion. I give you the facts, then I give my opinion about what I believe is going on. But I give you the facts first. And I want you to challenge what I do so that I can get the facts right. If something comes up that I got it wrong and got it from a source that's wrong, I have no problem with you telling me that, because we're all here to search the facts, to get to the facts, not just to listen to somebody rant, but somebody to rant about the facts. And this man just said, I was told to give my opinion before they paid me to give my opinion. And his opinion weren't based in facts. Because if they were, he would have got this shit right. Because factually, how the hell you got MAGA doing January 6th? You think MAGA's gonna call up and say, hey MAGA, this is MAGA. Yeah, we're gonna do some shit on January 6th. And this is Antifa, right? Yeah. Could y'all come out with us? Yeah, we're gonna blame some shit on you too. Yeah, come on out. Come on, yeah, come on out. We're gonna check in, we're gonna have a good time. You think that's what MAGA was gonna do? Call Antifa and y'all gonna be together and not fight? That they're gonna be together for the same cause of overthrowing the government, MAGA and Antifa. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Gonna have both of them there, and both of them are going at the government at the same time. When it's Donald Trump's people there on January 6th, it's Donald Trump's group of people that marched from where the hell he was all the way down to the house. It's Donald Trump's everything. But all of a sudden, when y'all get in trouble, it's somebody else's fucking fault. No responsibility taken. That's what the Republican Party is all about. No responsibility. Blame it on somebody else. This was all Republicans and MAGA. And he let all those Republican, MAGA, white people out on the street to commit more crime. And now he wants to go to states and try to go to more brown populated states to put people in jail that are criminals. How do you care about criminals when you're letting out the major criminals that happen to have light skin, but you want to put away criminals that are brown skin? And the country's sitting there like, well, we need to calm down crime. Really? Then go to the white communities. Why ain't they in the white communities where you can get some of these crime-riddled white communities? You're sending them to mostly black and brown communities. You just called Somali immigrants garbage and then started sending people to Minnesota to start picking up some people. Why aren't you saying something about white immigrants who are here on welfare, who are here not doing well? And if you're not noticing, it's only black and brown, or in this situation more brown than black, but still brown and black people that they're trying to round up and get out of the country, or people who are from other countries that are browner countries. Would you feel the same way, white MAGA, if they was out there just taking white people off the street? No, you wouldn't. They were taking you off your job because your family was Irish, you'd have a fucking fit. But you can't see them as you. They're other. See, that's the problem. Black people has always been able to see everybody as just like them. It's you fuckers that can't see nobody else like you. We've always been able to be kind to people of all races. If you treat us fair, we treat you fair. But that's not the world we live in. We got too many people that just want to harm others. Like this guy talking about, I can't wait for them to kill some more people, Venezuelans. Because you think it's a drug boat, but you haven't even proven it yet. Just crazy. This man said on national television, I was a podcaster getting paid to give my opinions, but now I work in a position where I have to give you facts. Wow. And he saw no wrong in saying that. Even worse, MAGA saw no wrong in him saying that. Only logical people saw wrong in that. We built different, y'all. We just built different. Yeah, I heard they're trying to get SCOTUS to get rid of birthright citizenship. I don't know what the Democrats are doing, but I don't know if they already went to the Supreme Court, so nothing they can do until they make a decision. And I don't know if you can appeal it. It goes back down to a court. I don't know how that works with that, but like I said, they're going through steps. Don't worry, women. They're still coming after you. That 19th Amendment or whatever, they're trying to take away your rights to vote. They're trying to get that too. If you don't realize what you're going to lose, just go, if it's still available, go look at Project 2025. I suggest you read it. I'm pretty sure they've had amendments because they've run into some dead ends on some things that the courts won't allow. They're still trying it, but they're going to have to find some amendments for some of the things they tried to do. But go look at it. They've accomplished a lot of it already. They've accomplished a lot of it. All right, so getting to the last thing I want to talk about, and that is Donald Trump. This man did not have enough time on his mom's teat as a baby. He constantly wants affection. I blame his mama because I can't believe how this kid grew up. He had to be sucking on, trying to get on the nipple in his early 20s because this dude is such a wimp, a ussy. Just cries about everything. I want a Nobel Peace Prize because Obama got one. Don't believe? I know most of y'all know. He went on a wine tour, and I don't mean red and yellow or red and white wine. I'm talking about bitch and moan, crybaby wine tour. Talking about he wanted to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, they should give me the Nobel Prize for Rwanda, and if you look the Congo, or you could say Serbia, Kosovo, you could say a lot of them. When Obama got it, here are the headlines. President Obama gets the Nobel Prize.
I think I'm going to get a Nobel Prize for a lot of things if they gave it out fairly, which they don't.
Well,
they don't give it fairly, is his response, because he doesn't deserve one, but he thinks he does. So he's doing everything he can to get it. You know what Obama did to get his? Earn it. Earned it. He didn't even try and get it. See, you're supposed to earn it by somebody saying, look what this guy's done. And they refer, you have no play in it. The way it's supposed to go down, you don't campaign for a Nobel Peace Prize. It's not something that you get just because a million people said you should have it. It's about the committee, somebody saying, hey, we refer him. And then they go to the committee and they vote, depending on what actually happens amongst all the people who were nominated. But because Obama has one, this slow, handicapped child who probably once had a helmet and a chin strap is out here trying his damnedest to get shit he don't deserve just because a black man got it. And there's a country filled with a bunch of racist ass people who just want to give a white man opportunity for some shit that they never fucking deserved. He ain't done absolutely shit to get this. Nothing. Talking about, oh, I saved this war. And every country be like, he ain't got nothing to do with this war. What are you talking about? He out here bragging about 85 fucking wars this man on tried to help. Ain't not one of them he helped. They were already on peace treaties for certain things, and Donald Trump throws a little 2 cents in. Look what I did. And they'll literally tell you, he didn't have nothing to do with this. They're out there, these countries are saying, Donald Trump ain't got nothing to do with this. Yet Donald Trump is still claiming it. Just so he can get a peace prize. Now here's the thing. Nobel Peace Prize, and I'm glad they didn't give it to him. But a man bombing innocent people that we know of until you prove them guilty. That's how our system works. Innocent until proven guilty. They're saying guilty, and they're not only the judge, right? They're the lawyer, they're the judge, they're everything. The executioner. If these people had peanut butter on these damn boats, you'll never know it. They blew the smithereens and said they were drug dealers. All of it's gone. Evidence gone to prove who the fuck they are. That's not how America's supposed to work. You determine if there's drugs on it first. You just don't assume. And they've already justified or realized that one of the boats that they killed people, they were just fishermen. So if you got it wrong once, how are you still in this same campaign of just killing people on the seas that aren't even pointed toward America? Their boat would never make it to America. It's a damn shame. He is destroying everything this country's fought for itself to be called. How can you be calling yourself the greatest country in the world when you're out here just murdering people for the fuck of it? Breaking international laws, breaking American laws, and everybody's sitting there like, oh, well, maybe. No, ain't no maybe to it. You know it's against the law. You just ain't doing nothing about it. But this man wanted a Nobel Peace Prize. And this comes back to what I said before. There are certain types of people that want things so bad that they're willing to kiss up to people. Donald Trump has traveled all throughout this land, throughout the world actually. Whether it be China, whether it be Japan, whether it be all these countries he's traveled to, Saudi Arabia, they've given him planes, they've given him gold crowns and gold trinkets. They know what this man wants. Give him something gold, he's happy. You do understand that Donald Trump doesn't have power without the people. So what this man is doing is tarnishing the people. He's letting them think that the people are for sale. It ain't about Trump. It's about the people. We elected, I didn't, but this country did, elected this man to represent the people of America. And what he shows America to be is simpletons, or people who could be bought, people who have no morality, people who don't stand for shit, people who are greedy as fuck. That's all Donald Trump puts on us. As Americans, that's what the world thinks of us because of him. The way he's acting, we are for sale 24/7. Give America gold and they'll bend the knee. Give America money and promise them trillions of dollars and you'll get what you want from them. There is no moral standard that we will not dive up under, that we won't forget, like MAGA, everything they stood for. None of that shit even exists anymore. Family, they don't give a fuck about family. They did, they wouldn't have elected somebody who doesn't give a fuck about family. So he's out here running around getting gifts from millionaires and billionaires all over the world, and he represents America, and that's what they think of America. How the hell is that strong when you're going over here bending the knee for everybody with money? He's kissing Putin's ass. That's our enemy. He's going to North Korea talking about they writing them love letters in the last one. That's our enemy. These people give him money and he's all over them. He brought our enemy into our soil, hanging out in the beast. No other president or enemy of our presidency that wants to tear us down has been in the grasp of all, in sight of the shit that Americans can't even see. This tyrant, Putin. And somehow these people still can't see that Donald Trump is the enemy. You have elected the enemy. How is he making America great? Killing innocent people until they're not even given a chance to be proven guilty or innocent. So they're innocent until proven guilty. Bro, putting a bomb on them does not make them guilty. So you're killing innocent people because you have not proved their guilt yet. You're going over and making deals with other countries that we don't know anything about. You're throwing tariffs on shit that is making it worse for us. There is nothing this man is doing to make our lives better. And it's tripped out that we got to wait till everything we fought and our ancestors died for to be fucking gone before you realize this man is destroying America. He's not building it. Tell me where he's building it. Where are we better at? What do we compete better than any other country at right now? China is killing us on fucking AI. And they keep on trying to say, just because they say that we're doing great in AI, bullshit. They're building new AI shit every fucking 5 seconds. We got ChatGPT. These fools got at least 7 or 8 of these damn ChatGPTs. They've been having robots before we do. Their robots can flip and shit. Our fucking robots are still just walking and talking. Fuck you talking about? How are we becoming greater when these people are not investing in they're trying to close our educational systems down. How the fuck we gonna get better if we're not getting smarter? What we gonna do? Bomb our way to success? I don't see how America can get better or greater when everything that makes a country great, we're not investing in. Education is key. Don't believe so? Why is Donald Trump talking about Americans aren't smart enough? We got to go to other countries for these H-1B or HB-1 visas. Why isn't America smart enough? If you believe, like he said, Donald Trump said this, I didn't. Elon Musk said this, I didn't. Americans aren't smart enough. We have to go outside the country. Then why would you be closing down education, the Department of Education? Wouldn't you be heavily investing in trying to pull the bright seeds out of America? That means America would be great again, right? Just like his tariffs. You talk about throwing tariffs on other countries so that America can be great. But when you talk about education, you're talking about closing down education so that we can bring in foreigners to be smart for us. Wouldn't it be, if he's really talking about making America great again, you heavily invest in education and you stop people from coming from other countries so that Americans can have these jobs, so that Americans can have a better education, so that America becomes number one in education? Wouldn't you think that would be the option instead of closing it down? How are you building America while destroying it at the same time? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Thank you again, John. I appreciate it, brother, for the donation. It makes no sense. How can you help us to get better when you're destroying everything it is for us to get better? Think about it. If AI is the new way to go, then we need to learn about AI. Then why aren't you building like AI centers for our kids to learn AI? Investing in that. You want to bring other people from other countries to teach, to do the job. But the wealth of Americans that are sitting right here. My kid is excellent in computer science. Friends of hers is excellent in computer science. Different races, not all the same race. So why aren't you setting people up for the jobs of the future? Nobody wants to work in a technology factory. Who fucking wants to do that shit? Who wants to go back to factory working? When you're going to pay them barely anything because computers going to do most of the job. Teach the people the technology that's coming forward so they can build a life making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year doing some shit instead of making $30,000 a year. But they're saving that for immigrants to come in. Saying that Americans aren't smart enough. Americans are smart enough. You're just not tapping into the Americans. So how can you say America is going to be great again when you're not even investing in Americans? The same way you sent jobs overseas in America, economics went down. We used to be able to have one job and take care of a family. When you sent it overseas, even that became almost an impossibility. Bernie Sanders warned you guys of that when it happened. And it happened. And now what? You're creating technology here in this country that you're going to end up bringing people from other countries to come here and make it better. And Americans, once again, are going to be asked out of jobs that they could have done, but you failed to educate them. You failed to offer them opportunities for the education to be able to do it. You want them to go down the factory route again. Instead of going around the creator and the builder route, you want to go down that factory route where they won't make enough money because you've been trying to break the unions forever. These AI companies will not be unionized. And you will not get paid. And you might end up having to work 6 or 7 days a week. Get ahead of this shit or you're going to be behind. And they're trying their best to put you behind. So stay focused on what they're trying to do. Stay focused on the industries that are coming out and figure it out. If you have to learn how to do AI from a program that's in China or even a program online, whatever industry that's moving forward, get you and your kids in on it. Don't be behind, because AI, even no matter how many people hate it, it's going to be the thing of the future. And if we get in on it and learn how to handle it and make it right for the people, then we can be ahead of the game instead of behind it. That's what I'm going to be doing on Avid Solutionists as well on my other site, which will be starting the beginning of the year. I'm trying to get it done by January, if not very 1st of February. Trying to get you guys great content over there, educate you, things of that nature, so that we, the people, can be ahead of the game instead of behind it. The last thing that I'm going to do is show you that Donald Trump wanting these Peace Prize, FIFA gave him a Peace Prize, y'all. Now you understand that if you know anything about FIFA, and I know very little, I know just enough that I did research on, they have been having scandals and shit like that, corruption throughout FIFA. From what I've been reading, I haven't went to the depth of it. So if you know anything about FIFA, you know what I'm talking about. But Donald Trump is for sale. They keep handing this man gold, and he says some of the most whack ass shit about America because he knows he's getting his gift from FIFA.
Please welcome the very first winner of the FIFA Peace Prize, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Please. Mr. President, this is your prize. This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
I'm gonna wear it right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
I just want to thank everybody. The world is a safer place now. The United States 1 year ago was not doing too well. And now I have to say we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and we're going to keep it that way. Thank you all. Thank you. Have a great time. And Johnny, a tremendous honor. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Thank you so much.
Now, if you asked
That was on All In. But here's the thing that I want you guys to understand here. At this event, this man knew he was going to get an award. And he had a speech. And he threw American football under the bus. He's like, oh, this is original football. We should just let football in America be soccer. We call it football. And then we got to find another name for football in America. Give this man gifts and he says the most dumbest shit on the planet. America's America. You can call soccer football. Call them both football, but you ain't going to take football out of the mouths of Americans. That's what they've grown to love and play. This is the same dude that has a problem with these teams being called something else because they weren't, racially correct. Like the Chiefs, the Commanders and shit like that. He changed it back. And you want to sit here and tell them that you're going to change football. Because soccer is the original football. Give this man a gift and he's willing to sell America down the fucking river. Make it gold. And it's over. It's a wrap. It's insane, y'all. I don't understand where we're at in this country that we would literally allow people like him to be president. Not once, but twice. I know people wanted to shake up America to get it to work for everybody. And they needed a change agent, so to speak. I get that. Because Democrats, Republicans, and so forth over the decades have really not listened to the people fully. They give one or two things, and then that's it. When they could be making policies to help Americans, period. But we segment ourselves and everything, and by race and community and all stuff like that. As Americans, we have to figure out a way to help communities without having for them to pass laws and bills and shit like that to help us. It's like we have the access. It's we the people. And when we elect these people and they aren't doing their jobs, we should be able to kick them out. But we can't. But we can as a people because we're not a corporation, or we're not to the point where we have all this paperwork we have to go through in the bureaucracy. If the people want something, we can move toward it and make it happen. And that's what I'm going to focus on. I have a solution is I want to solve problems. I don't just want to bitch and moan about them. I want to solve them. And I do believe that the people can do it. Officials, no. Why? Because we got too many of them that are just insane. We got so many factions where wanting everybody to have health care is radical left. That should be centrist. Everybody should be able to have health care. But it's radical left. Why would we do that? Because we care about Americans? If we stay healthy, then we have a healthy country. Why would we want that? Because we don't care about everybody. Oh, okay. Now I get it now. That's the reason why. Well, that's not me. I care about people. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's how I'm going to get it done. Is we the people, not running for any office. I'm running for Americans to be a we situation and not a me situation. So you'll see me do that at the beginning of the year, start doing some things of that nature. Tired of winning, John Brown. You know what I'm saying? Winning is exhausting. Exhausting. I hear you, Morna. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Stay safe. I do have a show on TikTok I'm going to do here pretty soon. If you like old school music, come in, request 2 songs. If you like, I play my list, I play your list, and then I close it out. On Sunday, we do music, jazz, blues, smooth R&B also. I'm Mr. Straight Facts 23 on TikTok. And on Sunday, we have jazz, blues, smooth R&B. There's no request, but we watch an old school movie. And right now, we're on Christmas movies. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. Other than that, see me back here Monday through Friday. I'm thinking about making it Monday through Thursday so I can have a day off. I'm working all throughout the week, but I'm thinking about making it Monday through Thursday, rather, on YouTube. So I have Friday off, but we'll see. We'll see how that works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great evening. I'll see you next week. Great weekend. I'll see you when I see you.